When Oppo released the 5G version of the Reno 4 Pro, it went up to the Snapdragon 765G. That's the same processor we find in the OnePlus Nord. And the question is the OnePlus Nord really just a Reno 4 Pro 5G, or in fact the other way around? Well, let's measure the performance and see whether we can find any clues. So we have the Reno 4 Pro 5G with the Snapdragon 765 on the left-hand side. We have the OnePlus Nord with the Snapdragon 765G on the right-hand side. And of course, we know that Oppo and OnePlus are, well, the same company, different companies, use the same supply chain, use the same manufacturing, owned by the same people. Well, there's a whole load of mystery there. But let's say they're two separate companies, and let's just say they might bump into each other in the corridor and share a few ideas. So really, how similar are the Reno 4 Pro 5G and the OnePlus Nord when it comes to the internals, when it comes to the overall system performance? And as I'm saying that, we are into the compression test. It's looking pretty much neck and neck. I think a slight lead by the OnePlus Nord. Just look, yeah, there we go. It's the first into the 16 thread test. So just a little bit of a lead by the OnePlus Nord at the moment as we go into the 16 thread test. And maybe that's going to be the story all the way through. We'll get to see at the very end. Of course, there's the GPU part to come up as well. And there's the whole mixed CPU, GPU part. So it's a long way yet before we get to the end. But the OnePlus Nord is doing well, staying in the lead. It was the first into the blur test, which is the beginning of the mixed CPU GPU part of this test. And so in a moment we're going to have the smoke particle test after we get over this influence scrolling, which again the OnePlus Nord got into first. So it's maintaining its lead, and we'll see what that frame rate is for 2D graphics when we get into the smoke particle test in just a moment. In fact, it's coming up now on the right hand side. We'll certainly see the scores on the right hand side first, then we'll see the scores on the left hand side. Let's see, we get 19 frames a second, 19 frames a second, 19 frames a second. Okay, so pretty even there when we get to the smoke particle test. And the first one into unity test was the OnePlus Nord, again maintaining its lead. So could this be it all the way to the very end? Will the Reno 4 Pro 5G be able to just dig a little bit deeper? And will it be able to get to the end quicker? Will it be able to pull out a few more frames faster than OnePlus Nord? At the moment, it's looking, yep, still the lead by the OnePlus Nord, but not by very much. They're down to the water. They're coming round to the end. Let's see who hits the end first. Oh, it was definitely the Reno 4 Pro 5G hit first, but the OnePlus Nord was the first into the Unreal test. So it kind of went back and forth in the news. I don't know who's going to get to the end of this test first. It could be either side. We'll have to wait and see. Which one are you wanting to win? Which one are you egging on to the end? Which one's your money on? Which one's it going to be? As we're coming now to over 2 minutes and 17, 18, 19, how many seconds are going to be to the very end here now? Let's have a look. There we go. OnePlus Nord, 2 minutes 21.3, followed by the Reno 4 Pro 5G, 2 minutes 22.2. Okay, let's break down the scores and see what happened. So the OnePlus Nord managed to squeak a win in there, 2 minutes 21.3 compared to 2 minutes 22.2. It's a difference of 0.9 seconds. We come to the CPU, 59 seconds for the 4 Pro 5G, 57.5 for the OnePlus Nord. So a decisive win there by the OnePlus Nord in the CPU section. Much closer in the mix, CPU, GPU, 30.6 compared to 30, so or 0.6 of a second there. And the same, very, very close when we get to the GPU, 52.5 versus 53.8. But notice there, the win there was now for the Reno 4 Pro 5G, so it seems to do better slightly in the GPU, but slightly worse in the CPU. But you can't take away the victory from the OnePlus Nord, 2 minutes 21.3. My name is Gary Sims, this is SpeedTest G. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. If you've got any questions, please do check out the FAQ link in the description. And if you like these kind of videos, well, why not stick around by subscribing to the channel? Okay, that's it. I'll see you in the next one.